to the flight?
No, that's the only thing I'm not looking forward to is the flight. I think I've got an eye mask, it's all good, we're going to be okay, but it's 14 hours. I'm Joe, a gay English Iraqi journalist and filmmaker from Cardiff, Wales. Having grown up in a relatively free Welsh capital, I was always aware that around the world queer people like me are subjected to discrimination due to anti-gay laws. I'm travelling over 6,000 miles to Kuala Lumpur, a place where homosexuality by law can lead to whipping and prison sentences of up to 20 years. I want to understand how the community live and act with such discrimination to try and grasp a glimpse into the world of queer Malaysia. Kuala Lumpur is Malaysia's beating heart. This bustling city is home to world-famous street food, tempting travellers from around the globe. From the mesmerising fusions of cultures to natural beauty and a buzzing nightlife, it's hard to think that oppression against the queer community is still a massive issue. The culture and its views against homosexuality and the whole LGBT spectrum is pretty scary, especially when you're a gay person, and I don't exactly blend in, so I'm not too sure what people are going to think of me. Religion in Kuala Lumpur has an enormous presence, with beautiful temples and mosques not a stone throw away from each other. With the fear of persecution from family and even legal action if they are Muslim under Sharia law, queer locals have turned to an underground existence to connect and express themselves.
I guess over the last 2.5 years of running the shows, the big thing has been like the connections that have been formed between people who attend the shows. So it's like they'll come on once a month, and then like they'll make friends and they'll form links and they'll meet up during the month, and there's been a lot of people who've come to our shows on their own and they've been super isolated and they don't know any other queer people, and then they've met queer people and then they just like feel like, oh okay, I can like be myself.
Before the event, I had the opportunity to sit down with activist Numan and Afifi. In a UN speech, Numan addressed the oppression of LGBT+ individuals and state-sponsored violence.
LGBTI issues are not a taboo, and we call for dialogue with the government on these issues. We also call on the Malaysian government to stop all form of state-sponsored violence against people based on their real or perceived sexual orientation, gender identity and expression, to stop politicizing and to protect LGBTQ person from violence and discrimination, because we are all free and equal. I think.
Research from Justice for Sisters has found that since 2007, 17 trans murders have taken place in Malaysia.
Is not limited to national geography or boundary. It goes across the boundary. What affects our brothers and sisters in Brunei, in Indonesia, in Singapore also affects us. I mean, so the police has always been complicit in this systemic oppression against our community, and that without counting the fact that they're also complicit in raids towards LGBT establishment. So that's why a lot of LGBT events or LGBT venues have to be done in secrecy, be organized in secrecy, and we cannot tell people about it. But we are flourishing despite the fact that there are all these limitations. We're prepared to organize and mobilize.
So, do you think how important are these spaces? Because obviously back in the UK, it's quite common for gay clubs to be open weekly. Like, how important is it for locals and people?
I think it's super important because I didn't even know that this is something that existed, and I don't think I would have been able to rock up to a different open mic that was maybe not necessarily queer focused and perform poetry.
Is tradition a bit of an issue, like generations?
I don't think it's tradition. I think it's culture. I think this whole idea of what will people say, what do people think, and like perceptions that have existed since the beginning of time, like that are misconceptions. Yeah.
That's it. That's all
okay.
The following day, we set off to Taylor's University to understand more about what life is like to live openly queer. Dave, a broadcast student, had a chat with me about his experiences. You want to go somewhere else where it's like accepted a little bit more, or would you just want to stay in that kind of campaign for the right?
for me personally, like it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Like I would like to experience myself out of Malaysia.
Yeah.
You know, like just in a setting
I mean, you
where
fit into London. You look great.
Girl,
You look
thanks.
great.
but you know, it's just I want that to be part of my journey. But
Yeah.
I would definitely come back to Malaysia and do what's necessary, because that has been my whole thing. My whole thing is I want to fight for gay rights in Malaysia, and you know, if no one is doing it, might as well step up to the plate and do it. You know.
What do you have to do?
Yeah, exactly. The dating scene is very heterosexual in a way, but yeah, dating itself is just like I've dated so many people in KL.
Really? So many. We won't name
So
them.
many.
So yesterday after meeting Numan in that little safe house, it kind of felt like, you know, the community had to be like under wraps and kind of hidden away. And before we came to Malaysia, we were told that LGBT plus activity was like really controversial. But after speaking to some students today, they're quite open with it. I mean, they have gay friends, there's gay people everywhere. I mean, they were talking about RuPaul's Drag Race. So it is nice that people can be out and gay and still enjoy themselves here rather than having to live in fear. So, yeah, it's nice to hear. This trip to Malaysia has given me a glimpse into the fight queer people are giving for equality, staying positive through creativity and community to ensure our flame never dies out.